I also don't know either, but I was in the internet was there, but it wasn't what it is today. Like I'm approaching 40. So I also had to give papers where I had to cite sources and you couldn't use one or two. You had to use many.
Right.
So that's why I feel like my generation is profoundly voting against authoritarianism, but you're seeing this big gap from a millennial demographic to Gen Z
Yeah,
who voted in waves for Trumpism.
and AI is now beginning to dominate what you're talking about. I have friends who teach at colleges around the country, and AI is a huge problem
Mm-hmm.
because, well,
For those who are unaware, what specifically? Which specific areas?
well, in terms of writing, and that a lot of instead of doing their work, make doing the hard work of going to sources, seeing what they say, and interpreting it, you're having a computer system do your work for you and tell you
Right.
what what is in fact what you think is in fact true and what isn't, and how to express it rather than learning it yourself and doing it the hard way, because the hard way is the only way you learn. This
Right.
isn't this other stuff with artificial intelligence isn't learning. It's fulfilling a requirement, and whether it's cheating or not doesn't matter. It's you're cheating yourself
Right.
by doing it.
Right.
And now teachers across the country are having to face this, and there isn't a unanimity of opinion on how to deal with it. And I don't know what the answer will be on this one. I mean, spell check is terrific, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but having a computer write your paper for you is, uh, well, I mean, in my experience, is unheard of. I mean, it's current now,
Right.
and it's so self defeating. It's destroying, and it will destroy education because you're not being educated. You're just
Well,
fulfilling a requirement. That's not education.
right. I agree.
Yeah,
On the topic of education, I'm actually glad that you brought that up
yeah.
because we have seen through Project 2025, for example, that they are attacking higher ed. We
Oh
have
yeah.
seen the DeSantis administration in Florida
Uh-huh.
remove books that may just not even flat out state it, but it could be presented as a couple that is of the same sex and they have a child,
There,
and
there have
that
been
and
10
that gets flagged.
There have been 10,000 book bans across the United States. My own book was tossed out of the Coast Guard Academy Library.
Really?
Oh yeah,
When did that
books
happen?
just a couple months ago. Books by Henry Louis Gates Jr. have been banned in New York and Florida and across the country. I mean, it is a real problem,
Wow.
and what's happening?
I'm sorry, did you get notified? How did that happen?
I checked.
How'd you check?
Well, I went to the website
uh,
and checked to see if it was there, and it was taken out.
so you knew that your book was there previously?
Yeah,
Okay, and then you just randomly checked because you saw
yeah,
these book bans take.
yeah. For instance,
Wow.
yeah, but the last I checked, it was still at West Point, but who knows how long?
Don't give them any ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
it's
incredible.
staggering,
Yeah.
and you're getting places like Florida and other institutions who are buckling under the current regime to preserve their own institution. They think that if they do what the master wants, they'll be able to survive. They may not survive in the same shape they used to, but they will survive. And so, I mean, this is a powerful lesson in how fascism becomes dominant.
Agreed completely.
Yeah.
What do you see from what you have researched and what you put into the book? And the policies that have been put in place as they follow the playbook of Project 2025?
Boy, well, look, as an historian, we're good at telling you what happened. What will happen, uh, I don't know, but I really can't. I can't predict. What I can say is that the trends are ominous and disturbing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there'll be piles of books burning like you had in Berlin in the 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
It might mean that the books that were going to be written aren't going to be written because there's no financial support to do it.
Also, a very dangerous precedent.
Yeah, absolutely. And so people will become accustomed to doing what's necessary to get by the quote unquote cultural standards that the forces in power are mandating. And so um, people won't ask the right questions because they won't be able to teach it. They won't be able to get it published. So what are they going to do?
Right.
Fall in line.
Right. It's gosh, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, and it's depressing to think about how so many will simply capitulate to
Right.
fascism.
Uh, in order to survive, yes. Now, I'm not saying that will happen, but it is happening now. And if the trend continues, that's the direction I see. If, but that's a big if. Like I said, a lot of Americans don't accept this, and they may be able to convince enough of those people on the edges who haven't quite decided what they want to change. I don't know. It's, but you know, when I started this book, I had heard of Trump, but he wasn't president. Most Americans hadn't heard of Trump, um, and but all of a sudden now, what I had found for me explains so much of what's happening now. I mean, that is the wonderful part of slavery. I mean, sorry, the wonderful part of history
Right.
that helps us understand why we are in the current situation. A lot of Americans think history is a waste of time. It's the past. It already happened. Who cares? Well, the present exists because of the past. The shape of the present matters because of the past. And if you don't understand the past, you don't understand your present, much less the future.